Hello and welcome back to another video feature of the Immersive Worlds Handbook. And today I am in Hallstatt, Austria, which is a very famous tourist destination. We're here visiting some relatives in nearby Bad Alsee, and we had the chance to see the amazing place Hallstatt. And I'll show you some video here as we were coming in on the ship across the way. Really dramatic views of the city. And what's quite curious about Hallstatt is that it has UNESCO World Heritage designation, and quite recently, within the last few years or so, they recreated a version of the Old Town area in China. And as you can see, just as we pan around here and look around at the many tourists, people come from all over the world, certainly from China and Japan and all over Europe and the United States to take in the sites of Hallstatt. And I think what's interesting about recreating the heritage site in China, it really says something about what I want to talk about today here in this video feature, which is the idea of the aura of a tourist site like this. And the sense of the aura, you can, I think, get it here. I'll pan around for you here and you'll see the church here, the historic church, and then in this center here, square, with all these incredible nice guest hotels and restaurants. It's very picturesque. You can see there's a vibrancy. Everybody's taking in the sights. Everyone's taking photos. Indeed, probably for some people this might be seen as not so pleasant because of all the tourists. But I think I wanted to mention the aura today in this video feature because I reference here the work of a great philosopher, Walter Benjamin. And Walter Benjamin talked about the aura in the work of art. And he talks about this idea that over time, the aura is lost from art because things are reproduced. We take pictures of things and we develop them, we reproduce the images and the sites, indeed in this case in China, for our own pleasures. And what's interesting about Hallstatt as a tourist destination, I suspect millions a year come to Hallstatt to take in the beauty, the natural history, the heritage here. I suspect that over time, Hallstatt became more popular through the fact that it was reproduced for other cultures. In fact, as I read today, in the 1830s, Hallstatt got on the map with poets, with writers, with artists who represented the beauty of the town and the natural environment around here. In the 1850s, tourism sort of officially hit Hallstatt, and you can see where it is today in 2013. In the 1870s, you had steamship travel, which allowed for even more people to come here. So I think what Hallstatt has for it is this sense of heritage, this sense of an aura. There's something special about the town, about the natural environment. As you look around, my wife was saying it's so picturesque, it almost has that feel of something like a Disney. But yet, for the tourist, I think they feel that this isn't Disney-esque because it seems real, like it was constructed on its own, sort of through heritage and so forth. And while some of this is true, and certainly many European cultures have laws and strict adherence to historical laws and trying to keep any renovation true to the times, not make it too modern or too touristy, at the same time, I think there's something to be learned from this notion of the aura when we think about how many times we think a place looks old, or many times we think a place looks authentic, when in fact there's a similar tourist construct going on that we would see in a place like Disney. So I think when we visit a place like Hallstatt, we have to keep this in mind in terms of the aura, and we can't forget the fact that even though there's something maybe more real about this place and more natural about this place, Hallstatt, versus a Disney reconstruction at a place like Epcot, at the same time, there's a bit of romanticism for all of us because this notion of the aura is that we seek something from Hallstatt. Hallstatt gives us something in terms of its ambiance, in terms of its personality, and then as I'll show you in some photos here, we can take these pictures home with us. These pictures are emblazoned on bags that people can buy with Hallstatt written over it, almost like a branding logo of the town itself. People can buy images and pictures from all seasons that show you this picturesque area that was reproduced in China. And then today, as we were enjoying a lunch, we discovered that on the coffee mug itself, there's a famous quote on the back talking about the natural beauty, and then on the front you have this recognition of the UNESCO heritage of this area. So I think all these facts remind us that there is something of the this is okay. There is something about the aura that we have to know when we visit a place like Hallstatt and appreciate, and presumably we take some of Hallstatt home with us. So So I hope you will come back. Perhaps you will come and also visit Hallstatt if you have the opportunity to come to Austria. And please return for additional video features that I'll be featuring here in the Immersive Worlds Handbook.